Let's say that firefighters out there listening, one day they're met with a hazard and they don't know what the answer is. What's the best course of action? I mean, it's in our nature to want to do something, but what if we don't know what to do?
Action feels good, inaction feels horrible. We're action oriented, right? So we'll do things, and sometimes we'll do stupid things before we'll do nothing. That's one of the things that we'd like to try to train out of our people. We want them to be thinkers, right? We want to actually look at it. In the days of old, you'd run towards a building on fire with your hose line, and it would be, we referred to it as candle moth syndrome. And, then we taught them to start thinking about building construction and looking at the hazards as they approach the structure and where's the most likely place for someone to be.
Reading the smoke, looking at your smoke.
Yeah, dealing with the smoke, right? Actually using all their personal protective equipment. That was a big one for us for a long time because our culture, we have a fantastic culture in the fire service, right? And it has good aspects, positive aspects, and it has some negatives, right? We try to wean those out, but sometimes we have to almost wait for the evolutionary change to happen, right? We have to grow out through these things, right? There's certain parts of the country that adapted to wearing personal protective clothing a lot faster than other parts of the country, right? Some people were wearing those SCBAs for ballast, right? But they didn't want to breathe that canned air, So we've come a long way. I think we'll continue to move forward. Our firefighters, our young firefighters, they're super well educated. They're smart. They have access to information that we didn't have when we were young firefighters. You can't, there's no fooling them, right? And they'll do their own research, and it's good. It pushes us to be better.
Yeah, well, going back just a second on one of the things that you talked about that is probably one of the most critical component is what we're doing now to address cancer prevention and avoidance. We've, through the Phoenix Fire Department and the Metropolitan Phoenix area and in other parts of the country as well, they've moved into, we do decontamination after a structure fire. You come out, we've got procedures now that have been implemented that you clean off, rinse off and scrub and package your turnout gear, put it outside of the truck, get it back to the station, get a second set of turnout gear, new types of hoods that are particle hoods that capture the smoke particulates so that you're not breathing or getting into your neck and the lymphatic system for some of the carcinogens in the smoke. So we're designing stations now with, quote, if you want to carry the hot, warm, cold zone to the actual design of fire stations. The apparatus room is considered a hot zone. There's a warm zone where you walk in off the apparatus room after a structure fire. You get out of you dress your gear, stuff like that. You come inside and you immediately go into shower stalls that we're building. And once you come out of that, you take a dirty uniform. At the end of that hallway is a washer and dryer, so you put your uniforms in there and you clean them. Then you're allowed to go into the rest of the fire station. And so your warm zone is your decontamination showers. Then you go into the station, there's your cold zone. And there's regular shower stalls and bathrooms inside the fire station as well. But the showers in off the apparatus room are to reduce, that's the warm zone, that's to reduce contamination. That's what you use those shower stalls for. So we're doing a lot of things to address being exposed to a lot of the carcinogens, but it becomes a critical piece of this is that the members actually adhere to the policies and change the culture. It's no longer acceptable to take your air pack off while you're doing overhaul. It's no longer acceptable to have dirty turnout gear.
Black helmets.
Yeah, it used to be
from smoke, not from the color of the helmet. Yeah, from having soot on your gear and stuff. That's no longer because before in the old days if you weren't a dirty firefighter, you weren't a good firefighter, and that's just ridiculous, right? And we're trying to fix those things.
And so it's going to take a cultural shift that everybody understands, and it's actually frowned upon to have a dirty set of turnout gear, especially when we provide 2-3 sets of turnout gear for each member. That there's no reason to have a dirty set of turnout gear. And if you send it off to resource, or wherever, you can have it back in 24 hours or 48 hours. That set of dirty gear has been through an extractor and we've removed as much of the soot as we possibly can. So it's incumbent upon the members to adhere to the policies and take advantage of that so we can reduce the likelihood of cancer. It's not going to be complete, foolproof. Guarantee you're not going to develop cancer at some point in time as a result of an exposure on the job. But at the same time, we can minimize that as much as we possibly can.